السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Can those following me online hear me clearly? So, inshallah ta'ala, we're going to commence with the Arabiya Bayna Yadayk. So in our last class, we went through some of the methodology of saying the time. Just as a quick review, the way that the Arabs say the time is by using the ordinal numbers with the word sa'a. So for 1 o'clock they say the first hour, for 2 o'clock they say the second hour, for 3 o'clock they say the fourth hour, and so on. So as there's some more examples here, أستيقظ الساعة الرابعة, I wake up, literally I wake up the fourth hour. I wake up on the fourth hour or at the fourth hour, meaning I wake up at 4 o'clock. I wake up at 4 o'clock. And we mentioned that this fatha, the reason for it is because you're stating the time of an event, the time that you are waking up, the time when something is happening. So that's what the last thing that we went through in our last class. Let me just, okay. So today, inshallah ta'ala, we're going to go to the next chapter. For this chapter, the exercise, the focus just on the time. The other things for benefit, we went through the titles for some of the questions to benefit from the expression. Sil, meaning connect, join, merge, bayna su'al wal jawab, between the question and the answer. Su'al, question, and the answer. Those you can go through them verbally. Just go through them for practice. And here there is an exercise, a very brief exercise. It merges the conversation into a passage form. And this exercise here, التدريب الثالث, the third exercise, اقرأ الفقرة ثم أجب. Read the fiqra. The fiqra here is this passage, and then answer, meaning answer the questions that follow. This here, you can do this by yourself and test yourself for as a review. Same thing with the second one, اقرأ الفقرة ثم أجب. Read the passage and then answer, and go through it. Don't just skip it, go through it. If there is something that is unclear, let us know, inshallah ta'ala. Some more expression. You have mur biqalamika ala al-harf. Mur biqalamika. Murra biqalamik mean it's to trace. Murra biqalamik means to trace. Murra literally means to pass by. Marra yamurru is to pass by. So when you tell someone mur, you're commanding them to pass. So pass by with your pen, literally pass by with your pen over the letter. In other words, trace trace the letters. مر where is مر بقلمك على الكلمة, same thing, trace the words. Pass by with your pen, pass your pen over the words. Insakh means to copy. Insakh means to copy. So like how you have copy and paste, that's the same word they use for insakh in this context. No. Let's go straight to this exercise here also. Al-qira'ah is a combination of what preceded in a passage form. Also go through these exercises for your own benefit. Make sure you understand everything. And if there's any question, you're gonna ask, inshallah. So the next conversation, at-ta'am wa-sharab. At-ta'am wa-sharab. Food and drink. الحوار الأول انظر واستمع وأعد. The first conversation, look, listen and repeat. This is a حوار between Qasim and Salim. And this is one of the passages that we took, but we're going to go over it again inshallah ta'ala quickly. كم وجبة تأكل في اليوم. كم وجبة تأكل في اليوم. وجبة means meal. So كم وجبة, how many meal, تأكل, you eat, في اليوم, in the day. كم وجبة تأكل في اليوم, how many meal you eat in the day. And كم used to show when you're asking quantity. Now the thing that you have to count, the thing itself that you have to count will be, if it's mentioned, it will be in the fatha state in a singular word, right? How many meal you eat in the day. In English, I'm not sure. Is it how many meals or how many meal? But in Arabic, you say how many meal you eat in the day. Salim, he say, آكل ثلاث وجبات. I eat 3 meals. آكل ثلاث وجبات. I eat 3 meals. الفطور والغداء والعشاء. فطور, breakfast, غداء, lunch, والعشاء is dinner. Now a point here, كم وجبة, as you say, the thing that you're counting, if it's mentioned, it takes fatha. Because sometimes you can ask kam, but the thing that you are counting is not mentioned. Like for example, when you say kam umruk, you say kam umruk, how old are you? You don't say kam umrak. Because umr means like your age, your lifespan. And when you are counting the age, you count it by years, but the word year is not mentioned. So that's why the umr, you don't see anything in the fatha state in that sentence. Qasim, he said, هذا كثير جدا. This is a lot. هذا كثير. كثير means a lot. جدا means very. So this is very, very much, very plenty. أنا آكل وجبة واحدة. I eat 1 meal. أنا آكل وجبة واحدة. Salim, هذا قليل جدا. This is a little. قليل means a little, جدا very, to emphasize. This is very small amount, very little. قاسم, ماذا تأكل في الغداء. ماذا تأكل في الغداء. What do you eat in the lunch time? What do you eat in the lunch? What do you eat for lunch? Right? What do you eat at the time of lunch. And know the expression. Don't translate it as fee if it's not suitable, but just know the expression. When you want to ask someone, what do you eat at lunch? ماذا تأكل في الغداء. So if you want to say, what do you eat at dinner? ماذا تأكل في العشاء. What do you eat at breakfast? ماذا تأكل في الفطور. You just repeat the expression. آكل اللحم والدجاج والأرز والخبز. آكل, I eat meat and chicken and rice and bread. I eat meat and chicken and rice and bread. وماذا تأكل أنت? And what do you eat? Salim is asking Qasim. آكل السمك والسلطة والفاكهة. I eat fish and salad and fruits. I eat fish and salad and fruits. آكل السمك والسلطة والفاكهة. And these conversation, as I advise, memorize it. Try to memorize it, or at least read it until you're fluent. If you're stumbling on a word, آكل السمك, or you're struggling with salatata, salatata, and you're struggling to read it, just keep reading it until you're fluent with the sentence. آكل السمك والسلطة والفاكهة. آكل السمك والسلطة والفاكهة. And repeat it over and over. Salim, ما وزنك? Asking Qasim, ما وزنك? What is your weight? Qasim, he said, 60 kilan, or 60 kilan. 60 kilan, meaning my weight is 60 kg. وما وزنك أنت? And what is your weight? 100 kilin. 100 kilin. This word you say 100 kilin. Now the words 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, sorry, not 100, but 60, 70, starting from 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90. Those multiples of tens, with the exception of 10, then the thing that you're counting that comes after it is in the singular form, mansub, fatha, right? As they say, see here, situn kilan, 20 kg. If you were to say 20 fish, you're gonna 60 fish. Situn, sorry, 60 kg. If you were to say 60 fishes, you're gonna say situna samakan, right? Or situna samakan. You're not gonna say situna asmak. Situna samakan. 20 dogs. You're gonna say ishruna kalban. You're not gonna say ishruna aklab. Ishruna kilab. Now, when it comes to 100, it's a mudaf ilay construction. Like when you say the door of the house, babul bayti, right? Qalamul mudarrisi, the pen of the teacher. That's the same here. So, mi'atu kilin. Mi'atu kilin. Qasim, anta saminun jiddan. You are very fat. Saminun, fat, jiddan, very. Salim, he said, anta nahifun jiddan. You are very slim, or you're very slim or fine. Al-hiwaru thani, the second hiwar. Al-mudifa wal-musafira. So this is a conversation between al-mudifa, the air hostess, and the musafira, and the traveler. Al-mudifa is the air hostess, and the musafira is the traveler. And mudifa can be any hostess. You don't have to be an air hostess, whether it's a plane or a ship or a boat or even in a house. The one who is hosting is the mudifa. ماذا تطلبين من الطعام? See, she's asking the traveler, ماذا تطلبين من الطعام? What do you request from the food? Meaning, what do you request of food? What food do you request? ماذا تطلبين من الطعام? What food do you request? And again, know the expression. And if you need to use, you just restructure from the same pattern. So let's say you're asking a female coming to shop or buy clothing. What do you want? What kind of clothing you want? You're going to say ماذا تطلبين من الملابس. Right? What kind of shoes you want? ماذا تطلبين من الأحذية. ماذا تطلبين من الفواكه. What type of fruit you want. So like that, you follow the same pattern. بعض السمك والأرز من فضلك. Some fish and rice, please. من فضلك means, this expression means please. بعض السمك, meaning بعض means some, سمك is fish. So some fish and rice, please. بعض السمك والأرز من فضلك. Now this here, as-samak literally means the fish, and wal aruz means the rice. So it can literally translate as also some of the fish and some of the rice. And also it can means general. You're not referring to a specific fish and you're not referring to a specific rice. It means some fish and some rice. Now what's going to make it known that whether you meant general or whether you meant the individual, some of the fish and some of the rice, is the context. So when you see we translate it sometimes as general or sometimes as the, with the same word in Arabic, there is no contradiction. It's the same expression can mean both. As you know, the alif and lam, it can refer to generality, or it can refer to something ma'hud, something specific. Al-Mudifa, the air hostess or the hostess, she asks, وَمَاذَا تَطْلُبِينَ مِنَ الشَّرَابِ? What do you want? What do you request? تَطْلُبِين. Now تَطْلُبِين is for a female. You're addressing a female. You're addressing a male, you're going to say مَاذَا تَطْلُبُ. Right? It doesn't matter who is speaking. This is about who you're addressing. So if you're addressing the female, you say تَطْلُبِين. You're addressing a male, you say تَطْلُبُ. مَاذَا تَطْلُبُ? What do you request? So ماذا تطلبين من الشراب? What do you request from food? What do you from the drink? What do you want from the drink? Meaning what type of drink you want? What type of drink you want? ماء من فضلك. Some water, please. ماء من فضلك. Some water, please. المضيفة. وماذا تفضلين من الفاكهة? تفضلين means prefer. What do you prefer from the fruits? Meaning, which fruit do you prefer? وماذا تفضلين من الفاكهة؟ التمر أو العنب. Date or grapes. Date or grapes. المضيفة. هل تشربين الشاي? Do you drink tea? لا أفضل القهوة. No, I prefer coffee. تشربين, you drink. Speaking to a female, الشاي, tea. The hal for question, لا أفضل القهوة. I prefer coffee. المضيفة. القهوة بالحليب. Coffee with milk. She's asking, القهوة بالحليب. Coffee with milk. نعم, القهوة بالحليب. Yes, coffee with milk. المسافرة. شكرا. المضيفة. عفوا. Thanks. And عفوا is a way of responding to someone saying shukran. Also عفوا can mean pardon me, excuse me. الحوار الثالث. Now all of these we went through, so let's go them over. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam. Ana jaw'anu jiddan. The hiwar between the zawj and the zawja, the husband and the wife. Ana jaw'anu jiddan. I am very hungry. Jaw'an, hungry. Jiddan, very. الزوجة الغداء على المائدة. The lunch is on the table. الغداء على المائدة. The lunch is on the table. على المائدة. ما هذا سمك ولحم ودجاج وأرز وفاكهة. The zawji saw a lot of food. He says, ما هذا, what is this? Fish and meat and chicken and rice and fruits. هذا كثير جدا. This is a lot. كثير, plenty, a lot, many, جدا, very. الزوجة لا تأكل. لا تأكل. Don't eat, don't eat. لا تأكل. Now when you say لا تأكل, you're prohibiting someone. لا تأكل, don't eat. Compared to when you say لا تأكل, means you do not eat. So careful with the vowel. لا تأكل, don't eat. لا تأكل, you do not eat. الزوجة لماذا? Why? أنا جوعان. I am hungry. الزوجة, she responds, لدينا ضيوف. We have guests. لدينا, we have ضيوف, guests. الزوج لدينا ضيوف. من? We have guests. Who? Now ضيوف is the plural for ضيف. من كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فليكرم ضيفه. Whoever believes in Allah and the last day, let him honor his guests. الزوجة, she responds, والدي ووالدتي. My father and my mother. Walidi, my father. Wawalidati, and my mother. أين الضيوف? Where are the guests? في غرفة الجلوس, in the room of the sitting, meaning in the living room. في غرفة الجلوس, in the living room. So we're gonna pause here, inshallah. These are for the conversation. These are the vocabs. Any question on the conversations before we move to the Qasasun Nabiyyin? Here is a review of the ordinal numbers that we did. الثانية, الرابعة, الأولى, الخامسة, الثالثة. Now here is a review in the feminine form. So in the first passage, or the previous chapter, you had al-awwal to mean first. That's if it's a masculine word or a male individual. Al-ula is first if it is feminine, right? وَلَلْآخِرَةُ خَيْرٌ لَكَ مِنَ الْأُولَى. The hereafter is better than the ula, meaning the first life. Al-ula, al-thaniya, right? Second, for the male, al-thani is going to be second. Then you have al-thalith, third, al-thalitha for female, al-rabi' and al-rabi'a, al-khamis and al-khamisa. And as we mentioned, these words are adjectives. They have them here in the masculine and the feminine. أين الغداء؟ الغداء على المائدة. تبادل السؤال والجواب مع زميلك. means to interchange. السؤال, the question, and the answer. Ma'a zamilik, with your classmate. Zamil is a companion in a common environment. Where if it's in a school, gonna be classmate. If it's work, it's gonna be your workmate, partner, whatever you want to call him. He's not necessarily a friend, but just a companion in a specific environment. Kama fil mithal, as is in the example. Ayn al ghada, so you have the ghada here. You have the image. Ayn al ghada ala al ma'ida. The ghada is on the table. And these you can go through them loudly to practice. So by yourself, you just say Ayn al fatur. Make sure you're thinking about the meaning. Al faturu ala al ma'idati. Ayn al asha. Al asha'u ala al ma'idati. And don't underestimate the exercise by yourself. Just say it loud and go through it. So you use the exercise to force you to practice speaking, as to say, and to also force you to repeat the words more. So all of these you can go through them by yourself. ماذا تأكل في الغداء? What do you eat in the lunch? And we said here means the in means at. ماذا تأكل في الغداء? What do you eat at lunch? آكل اللحم. آكل اللحم, I eat meat. And the same thing, you go through all of these similarly. Here they're explaining the concept of prohibition. So here you have يأكل الطعام means he eats food, right? Or he is eating the food. يأكل الطعام, he eats food, or he is eating the food. It can mean anyone. It can mean general or it can mean specific. The context here is going to be more specific. يأكل الطعام, he is eating the food, right? The food that is in front of him. And the second one is prohibition. لا تأكل الطعام, do not eat the food. لا تأكل الطعام. Now this kasra here is just there for reading. It's not part of the grammar of the word. So originally it's لا تأكل الطعام. And then when you read it together, you say لا تأكل الطعام. لا تأكل الطعام. So here you have يشرب الحليب. He is drinking the milk. So if you're going to prohibit him from drinking the milk, you're going to say لا تشرب الحليب. لا تشرب with sukun الحليب, and then you're going to read it to the kasra لا تشرب الحليب. لا تشرب الحليب. And this exercise here, the tadrib al-thalith, you're going to complete this one here for homework. This is a brief one to complete for homework. And remember, along the default homework that we have with the story. Okay, inshallah. We're going to pause here just in case the slides get mixed up. Just remember we're stopping on the fourth exercise. So we're going to continue from here tomorrow, inshallah ta'ala, page 103. So let's go to the qasas. Okay, this is where we stop in the last chapter, where the brothers, they threw Yusuf into the well, and then they went to Yaqub, and Yaqub, they made up the story of the wolf. And Yaqub, he told them that they fabricated a story. So we are on the 6th passage. Correct? Yusufu fil bi'r. Yusufu fil bi'r. Yusuf in the well. ورجع الإخوة إلى البيت وتركوا يوسف في البئر وأكل الإخوة الطعام وناموا على الفراش. ورجع الإخوة إلى البيت. The brothers returned to the house. وتركوا يوسف, and they left Yusuf في البئر, in the well. تركوا, they left Yusuf in the well. وأكل الإخوة الطعام, and the brothers ate food. وناموا على الفراش, and they slept on the bed. ويوسف في البئر, and Yusuf is in the well. ولا فراش ولا طعام, and there is no firash, there is no bed. ولا طعام, and there is no food. The word firash, it can refer to bed in the sense of the bed spread, the thing that you sleep on itself, not the frame of the bed, but the bed spread. Also, it can refer to a firash, like a mat that is rolled out, can be a firash. Something that you lie on or you recline on. A spread that you lie on, or a spread that you recline on. And note, firash is the bed spread, and farash is butterflies. You see how one vowel can change the meaning. يوم يكون الناس كالفراش المبثوث. Right, the day when mankind is going to be like scattered butterflies. You change the vowel, it changed the meaning. ولا فراش ولا طعام, there is no firash and there is no ta'am. Meaning for Yusuf in the well. ونسي الإخوان يوسف وناموا. ونسي الإخوان يوسف. The brothers forgot Yusuf. وناموا, and they slept. وما نام يوسف. وما نام يوسف. And Yusuf didn't slept. Right? Nama means slept. He slept. Ma is to negate the past tense with the past tense. So ma nama, Yusuf didn't sleep. Right? Yusuf didn't sleep. But in Arabic here, this expression here is literally Yusuf didn't slept. It's a negation using the past tense. Now when you use the present tense, Yusuf lam yanam. Yanamu is he sleeps. Lam yanam, he didn't sleep. That's more in line with the English, where you use the present tense to negate the past tense. But here is the past tense used to negate the past. Ma nama, he didn't slept. I'm just, even though it's not grammatically correct in English, just for the sake of understanding. Wa ma nasiya ahada. Right? Yusuf didn't slept, and he, wa ma nasiya. Nasiya means forgot, past tense. He didn't forget anyone. Right? Ma nasiya ahada, he didn't forget anyone. وَبَقِيَ يَعْقُوبُ يَذْكُرُ يُوسُف. Baqiya means to remain. Literally, baqiya means he remained. يَذْكُرُ remembers. Remembers or mention. يَذْكُرُك means to remember or to mention. Now here it's remembering, right? The opposite of nasya. So, baqiya Ya'qubu yadhkuru Yusuf, when baqiya used with a present tense verb, it can show continuation. So, literally it means Ya'qub remained remembering Yusuf, meaning Ya'qub continues to remember Yusuf. Wa baqiya Yusufu yadhkuru Ya'qub, and Yusuf continues to remember Ya'qub. Right, is where it's used to show continuation or something ongoing. وَكَانَ يُوسُفُ فِي الْبِئْرِ وَكَانَتْ الْبِئْرُ عَمِيقَةً. Yusuf was in the well. كَانَ يُوسُفُ فِي الْبِئْرِ. Right? يُوسُفُ فِي الْبِئْرِ. Yusuf is in the well. Kana, put it in the past. وَكَانَ يُوسُفُ فِي الْبِئْرِ وَكَانَتْ الْبِئْرُ عَمِيقَةً. And the well was deep. الْبِئْرُ عَمِيقَةٌ. The well is deep. كَانَتْ الْبِئْرُ عَمِيقَةً. The well was deep. Now if you read this here straight, you're not going to read it with the sukun. كَانَتِ الْبِئْرُ عَمِيقَةً. كَانَتِ الْبِئْرُ عَمِيقَةً. For those who have the Qasas Nabiyin, some of the prints have some variation. Some maybe a line missing, or sometime a line before a different line. If anytime there is a line that we don't have here, you let me know, inshallah. وَكَانَتِ الْبِئْرُ فِي الْغَابَةِ. And the well was in the ghaba, in the forest. وَكَانَتِ الْغَابَةُ مُوحِشَةً. And the forest was muhisha. Muhisha is like, maybe you can say scary, or maybe you can say, use that word, muhisha. وَكَانَ ذَلِكَ فِي اللَّيْلِ. Now, ذَلِكَ, that, fi, in, al-layl, the night. That is in the night. So, كَانَ ذَلِكَ فِي اللَّيْل, that was in the night. That was in the night, meaning when Yusuf was in the well and everything. وَكَانَ اللَّيْلُ مُظْلِمًا. And the night was dark. وَكَانَ اللَّيْلُ مُظْلِمًا. The night was dark. And remember, bi'r is feminine by nature. So that's why the words with it is feminine, and the verb with it is feminine. And as mentioned, this book is designed more specifically for the language, to build the language. And there is different level. As this one, the name is Qasasun Nabiyyin lil Atfal, for children, as the beginning level. Then there is one for Al-Fityan wal-Fatayat, for young boys and young girls. That's a different level. And then there is a third one, I can't remember what's the title. But this is more designed for the language, to develop your language. So that's why there's a lot of unnecessary things mentioned. Compared to if you were to read the story of Yusuf in a scholarly book, you're not going to find all of these. من البئر إلى القصر. من البئر إلى القصر. From the well to the palace. From the well to the palace. Al-Qasri is a palace. right? A castle. A palace or a castle. Somewhere, the place where the royal family lives. وكانت جماعة تسافر في هذه الغابة. Now, jama'a is a group, right? Jama'a, a majmu'a, a group. Now, a group of individual, a jama'a. Like you have the Salat al-Jama'a, the congregational prayer. Sallu fil jama'a, pray in the congregation. So a group, a jama'a, a congregation, tusafiru, traveling, fi, in, hadhihi al-ghaba, this forest. So they were, kanat, past tense, a congregation. There was a congregation traveling in this forest or in this jungle. Right? Traveling in this meaning they're passing through. They're travelers and they're passing through. وَعَطِشُوا فِي الطَّرِيقِ. عَطِشُوا means they were thirsty. عَطِشُوا, they were thirsty. Right, from another word for thirsty, the word in the Quran used a lot is dhama. Right, dhama means thirst. Wa'atishu, they were thirsty. Fi at-tariq. Fi at-tariq means on the way. Tariq, fi means literally in or on. Tariq means the path. So they were thirsty on the path, in the path, meaning on the way. Right? Tariq means a roadway also. وَبَحَثُوا عَنْ بِئْرٍ. Bahathu means search. They search for a well. Now when you're searching for something, you use the word an. You don't say bahathu li. Right? You use the word bahathu an. Wa bahathu an bi'rin. Wa bahathu an bi'rin. They search for a well. Like in the story of the two sons of Adam, يَبْحَثُ فِي الْأَرْضِ لِيُرِيَهُ كَيْفَ يُوَارِي. يَبْحَثُ فِي الْأَرْضِ, searching in the earth. Right there, the in there is telling you where. It's not telling you what he is searching for. وَرَأَوْا بِئْرًا فَأَرْسَلُوا إِلَيْهَا رَجُلًا لِيَأْتِيَ لَهُمْ بِالْمَاءِ. وَرَأَوْا بِئْرًا, they saw a well. فَأَرْسَلُوا إِلَيْهَا, so they sent to it. أَرْسَلُوا إِلَيْهَا, they sent to it. رَجُلًا, a man. لِيَأْتِيَ لَهُمْ بِالْمَاءِ. The lamb there is to show reason or purpose, right? Why is it they sent to it a man? In order to, so that يَأْتِيَ لَهُمْ بِالْمَاءِ. Now to understand here, let's break up this. The entire sentence means they sent to it a man to bring water for them. They sent to the well a man to bring water for them. Now, this word here, li, as you said, this is what's showing the purpose. Why is it they send the person, right? ذهبت إلى السوق لأشتري فاكهة. I went to the market. Why? لأشتري فاكهة, to buy fruits. So that's the li. Lahum, this is another li, but it's connected to the noun. Right? You say lahum, you don't say lihum. That's for ease of pronunciation. But originally is li or la is the same thing. You say li, That's original. Sometimes you change it to la for ease of pronunciation. So lahu means for them. So who they are bringing the water for is for the jama'ah, for the group. Now back to this word ya'ti. Ya'ti literally means to come. Right? Ya'ti means he come. Now when it's used with ba, that you can translate here as with, it means to bring. You come with water, meaning you bring it. So when ya'ti is used with bi, it means to bring something. To come with, meaning to bring something. Right? Inna Allah ya'ti bishamsi min al-mashriq. Allah brings the sun from the east, meaning cause it to rise from the east. So they send to the well a man to come to bring water lahum, for them. Liya'tiya bil ma'i lahum. If you restructure it to suit more the English, just for understanding. And like I said, to get used to these structures, read a lot. Read a lot and read loud. Do not read silent. فَأَرْسَلُوا إِلَيْهَا رَجُلًا لِيَأْتِيَ لَهُمْ بِالْمَاءِ فَأَرْسَلُوا إِلَيْهَا رَجُلًا لِيَأْتِيَهُمْ بِالْمَاءِ جَاءَ الرَّجُلُ إِلَى الْبِئْرِ. The man came to the well. وَأَدْلَى دَلْوَةً. And he lowered his bucket. Adla means to lower. Wa'an. So جاء الرجل, the man came, إلى البئر, to the well. Wa'an. Adla, he lowered. Adla meaning he lowered. Dalu. Dalu, up to the waw is bucket. Who is his. So dalwahu, his bucket. Lower his bucket. وَنَزَعَ الدَّلْوُ. وَنَزَعَ الدَّلْوُ. And he extracted the bucket. Right? Naza'a means to pull out or to pull up. Naza'a, so he pull up the bucket, pull out the bucket. And naza'a always it shows force. So if there's something heavy, obviously you're going to be pulling it out with force. Naza'a. وَنَزَعَ الدَّلْوُ. Right? تَنْزِعُ النَّاسَ كَأَنَّهُمْ أَعْجَازُ نَخْلٍ. Allah described the wind that destroyed Ad. Right? تَنْزِعُ النَّاسَ. It was pulling the people, plucking them out from the land, pulling them up from the land as if they are upturned palm trees. فَإِذَا الدَّلْوُ ثَقِيلٌ. فَإِذَا الدَّلْوُ ثَقِيلٌ. Now this فَإِذَا is the translated to mean behold. The bucket is heavy. Behold, the bucket is heavy. فَإِذَا الدَّلْوُ ثَقِيلَةٌ. الدَّلْوُ ثَقِيلَةٌ, the bucket is heavy. Now this فَإِذَا is not so when. Right? Fa and then either when or so if. Now this entire word here, you call it fa'idha is idha al-fujaiya, is when something suddenly happens, something surprise you or astonish you suddenly. Like for example, you open the door and behold there is a lion, and there is a lion. So you say fatahtul bab fa'idha asadun amam al-bab. Right, as an example, like in the story of Musa, فَأَلْقَى عَصَاهُ فَإِذَا هِيَ حَيَّةٌ تَسْعَى. فَأَلْقَى عَصَاهُ, he threw his staff. فَإِذَا, and behold, هِيَ حَيَّةٌ تَسْعَى, it is a snake running, meaning this, when he threw the staff, it became a snake running. And that's something, it is a sudden, something that happens suddenly, right after, surprisingly, something of astonishment. That's what this fa'idha represents. وَأَخْرَجَهَا. So that's the first surprise, is that the bucket is heavy. وَأَخْرَجَهَا, and he extracted it. أَخْرَجَ means he extracted. It can mean expel or extract or take out. Maybe here can use take out or extract. وَأَخْرَجَهَا, he took it out, meaning took out the bucket from the well. فَإِذَا فِي الدَّلْوِ غُلَامٌ. Now this فَإِذَا, the same thing, right? He taken out the bucket, and then he is surprised. Behold, in the bucket is a gulam, a young boy. دَهِشَ الرَّجُلُ وَنَادَى. The man was astonished. Right? Remember this word dahisha from the story of Ibrahim. When they came and they saw the idols broken, right? They dahishu or duhishu. It can be read dahisha or duhisha, both of them is correct. So dahisha rajul, the man was surprised. Wanada, and he called out. Nada, right? Nada means to call out. Nida, to give a nida. Ya bushra, hadha gulam. Like good news. This is a young boy. Wa fariha nasu jiddan, and the people, they were very happy. Wa akhfawhu, and they hid him. Wa akhfawhu, and they hid him. Right? Wa asarruhu bida'a. Right? They hid him amongst their belongings. Wa wasalu ila Misra, and they arrive at Misr. Wa wasalu, and wasalu, the second waw is arrived. Ila Misr, to Egypt. Wa wasalu ila Misr, and they arrived at Egypt. Just note how they express it. Wasalu ila. Right? If you said, I reached the market, wasaltu ila souk. I reached the masjid, wasaltu ila al masjid. You don't say wasaltu fil masjid. Wasaltu ila al masjid. Waqamu fis souk wa nadaw. Waqamu, and they stood in the market. Waqamu fis souk, they stood in the market. Wa nadaw, and they called out. Man yashtari hadha al-gulam. Who purchased this gulam, this young boy, right? Who is going to purchase this young boy? Man yashtari. Who will purchase this young boy? Who will purchase this young boy? Ishtara al-azizu Yusufa bidarahima ma'dudah. Ishtara al-aziz, the aziz, the minister, right? The aziz here referring to the minister of Egypt, not the king. Ishtara al-aziz, the aziz purchased Yusuf. Bidarahim, with darahim. Darahim is silver coins. Ma'duda means, literally ma'dud means counted. So it means like a few amount of silver coins. Bidarahima ma'duda, with a few amount of silver coins. Waba'ahu at-tujjaru, and the merchants, ba'a, sold him. Him is Yusuf. And the merchants, at-tujjar, the plural for tajir. Ba'ahu, sold him. وَمَا عَرَفُوا Yusuf, and they didn't know Yusuf, right? Arafu means they knew. The ma negates the past tense. So they didn't knew, literally, but you say in English, they didn't know Yusuf, meaning they didn't know who was Yusuf and his status and his worth and so on. As Allah mentioned, وَكَانُوا فِيهِ مِنَ الزَّاهِدِينَ. وَذَهَبَ بِهِ الْعَزِيزُ إِلَى قَصْرِهِ. وَذَهَبَ بِهِ الْعَزِيزُ إِلَى قَصْرِهِ. The Aziz, the minister, went with him. Right? The minister, ذَهَبَ بِهِ, went with him. Now, went with him means took him. Right? Come with him means bring him. Ya'ti bi comes with means to bring. Dhahaba bi went with means to take. Wa dhahaba bihi al-aziz. The aziz went with him, meaning took him ila qasri, to his palace, to his castle or his palace. Wa qala, and he said, limra'atihi, to his wife. Li, this is li and imra'a. Literally means to his woman. But in Arabic, your woman refers to your wife. Right? Tabbat yada abi lahabi wa tab wa mura'atuhu hammala wa mura'atuhu. Right? His wife, ضرب الله مثلا امرأة نوح وامرأة لوط. Right? The wife of Nuh and the wife of Lut. Akrimi Yusuf. So he is telling his wife, Akrimi. Akrim means honor, right? Karim, Akram means to honor. So when you say Akrim, you're commanding someone to honor someone else. So he's commanding his wife, so that's why you say Akrimi. You're commanding a female, you say Akrim. You command a female, you say Akrimi. Akrimi Yusuf. Honor Yusuf. Innahu waladun Rashid. Indeed, he is a excuse me. Indeed, he is an intelligent boy. Waladun Rashid, an intelligent child. Rashid, intelligent, smart, guided, right? He is not foolish in his behavior. Rashid means upright. Inna hadha al-Qur'ana. What's ar-rushd, from ar-rushd. In this, in Surah Yahdi ila rushdi fa'amanna bih. It guides to ar-rushd, everything that is upright. Al-wafa'u wal-amana. Al-wafa'u wal-amana. Al-wafa means fulfillment of trust, and amana is the trust. And we're going to continue here tomorrow, inshallah. With regards to the Arabic grammar, we're going to postpone it to tomorrow. We're going to stop here today, inshallah ta'ala, and suffice with this. And tomorrow, inshallah, we're going to do the grammar, inshallah. Any questions before we close? The grammar that we go through when we go through the passage, that's for additional benefit. If you don't process it fully, like I always say, don't worry about that. And inshallah, when we go through it systematically in the grammar part of the program, it's going to be clearer, inshallah.